What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Celebrity. Today I'm going to show you guys my updated Dhelmise VMAX that I took to a 302 finish at my last local 1K this past weekend, basically undefeated. So let's go ahead and get straight into the deck profile. Alright guys, here is my Dhelmise VMAX deck featuring obviously Dhelmise VMAX. Dhelmise VMAX is a 330 grass type and it has two attacks. Swinging Chain, which does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each grass energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack scales very well with the grass energy. We can hit anywhere from 90 to 120 damage is just average that we're hitting with the attack. Doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're able to like snipe, yes, you can snipe the bench. It plays very well. We can take out small things such as Sobble or even small consistency Pokemon, Barrel, Dunsparces that might be blocking our fighting type attacker, stuff like that. So it's a very nice attack to be able to just take things out. On top of that, Max Anchor does 240 damage for 2 grass and a single colorless energy, but during our next turn we can't use Max Anchor. But it's not bad at all because Max Anchor doing 240 plus 90 with Swinging Chain gives us the math that we need to take out to two-shot basically anything in the format. Let's say we attack with Max Anchor into a VMAX. If they retreat that VMAX, most likely we can knock out that VMAX with Swinging Chain. So not a bad combination of attacks. In order to get into the Dhelmise VMAX, we're playing 3 Dhelmise V with 220 HP. Again, we're mainly playing the Dhelmise V to get into the Dhelmise VMAX, but it does have some niche attacks that could come into play. Anchor Anger during the tournament run actually came into play in one of my games where they were able to knock out my VMAX, but I had the Dhelmise V and a grass energy in my hand ready to go, and they had a Moltres V on bench, and I also had a boss. So in there, what you do is you bench the Dhelmise, attach a grass energy to it, boss the Moltres V, and I had game. So Anchor Anger could come into play sometimes as well. And then we also have Giga Hammer doing 200 damage. Again, a nice little attack to use if we're in a niche situation, but could be good attack just doing 200 damage if we're in a tough situation. Again, just doing 200 damage could be good. In order to power up Dhelmise VMAX, we are playing an Arceus VSTAR 3-2 line. Arceus VSTAR is a 280 VSTAR Pokemon, colorless typing, and it has Trinity Nova for triple colorless cost, doing 200 damage. And then we can search our deck for any 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon V in any way that we like. Then we shuffle the deck. We also have the VSTAR Power ability, allowing us to set up fairly quickly. Let's say we with our double turbo energy to attack with Trinity Nova, we can just Starbirth, find it, and we're attacking. We could also use it as an end game finisher as well. If we set up perfectly fine in the early game, go ahead, we can Starbirth at the end game to get the cards that we need to win out the game. So very good card and making a lot of decks consistent and viable. We're also playing 3 Arceus V, Trinity Charge, a good attack if we're going second. All we need to do is get a double turbo onto Arceus V and we're good to go from there. On top of that, we're playing the Power Edge attack, doing 130 damage, which could come into play if we need to knock out small things such as Sobbles or even a Barrel. Sometimes doing 130 damage could be good. It also could be good chip damage in a tight situation. So good to go there. For our last attacker, we're playing Galarian Zapdos V. There is a lot of fighting weak Pokemon out there. So we have Galarian Zapdos V because it can easily get charged up with because of its ability Fighting Instinct. This Pokemon's attack costs colorless less for each of your opponent's Pokemon V in play. So we're gonna go Thunderous Kick, right? And boom, we can knock out any Arceuses as long as there isn't any Dunsparce in play. And also any Path to the Peak. This attack can easily get powered up. Even with Path to the Peak, we can power this up with like a combination of Arceus VSTAR attacks as well as double turbo energies to be able to get the Thunderous Kick going and attacking. And we play that in combination with 1 fighting energy to be able to get that attack off. Onto our support Pokemon, we're playing a 2-2 Barrel line, mainly for its Industrious Incisors ability, allowing us to draw cards until we have 5 cards in our hand. It's just our consistency engine just to be able to draw cards into what we need when we want them. On top of that, we're also playing Lumineon V. Luminous Sign allows us to, when we play this Pokemon from our hand onto our bench, during our turn, we may search our deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and then we put that card in our hand. We play a lot of one-of tech supporters, so Lumineon V is good for finding that supporter we may need, or like when we need for specific matchups, such as like a boss's orders to finish the game, and Avery, and matchups such as the Mew matchup, or even Malamar matchup. So not bad at all with this Luminous Sign here, allowing us again just to find supporters we need. Onto our trainers, we're playing an escape rope just for a switch / gusting option, as well as 2 evolution incense allowing us to search for evolution Pokemon. We play a lot of evolution Pokemon, so being able to search them out for free can't be good. On top of additional search, we're playing 4 quick ball and 4 ultra ball allowing us to search for any Pokemon, so evolutions or basics. But then we also have quick ball just allowing us to get our basics out turn 1 when we need to. And both of these have discard synergy with the Bibarel and Industrious Incisor, allowing us to play down our hand faster so we can draw the cards we need. On top of that, we're also playing 2 Hyper Potions, allowing us to heal 120 damage for 2 energies, and this plays very well with cards such as Rose and even Double Turbo Energy. We can use both of those cards to essentially heal for free, and still be able to get an attack off for the turn. On top of that, we're playing Palpad just to get recovery for some of our supporters. We do play a lot of discard, so Palpad allows us to be a little bit more aggressive, discarding some of our supporters that we can possibly get back later in the game with Palpad. We're also playing one more switch as well. Dhelmise V does have a hefty retreat cost of 3, so playing another switch on top of a rope helps get Dhelmise out of sticky situations if we need to. Then we also play 1 Collapse Stadium. Collapse Stadium serves multi-purposes here. It serves as a bump to paths. It serves as a pseudo heal. So let's say we full bench our Pokemon and something is damaged, we can basically play Collapsed and deny our opponent the prizes for that KO, because we have to discard it. So could be good there, and it also could be disruption, especially against Malamar and Mew. Having 4 bench spaces makes it difficult for that deck, for both of those decks to play very well. So this is why Collapse Stadium is good. It's a very flexible card, and I think it's really undervalued right now. So I think playing 1 of is really good. And then we also have 2 Path to the Peaks. Path to the Peak allows us to possibly beat Mew and also counter other Arceus decks. If we go first and use our V-Star, we can grab a Path to the Peak and basically block them from using their V-Star, and hopefully they don't set up from that. On to our supporters, we're playing 1 Avery as a 1-of count, allowing us to draw 3 cards, but it also disrupts decks such as Mew and Malamar because they both need a lot of bench spaces to be able to operate. So having them reduce their bench Pokemon down to 3 can be very devastating for those decks. We're also playing 2 Boss's Orders just to boss things around. Maybe we can trap something or kill something on the bench that we may need. Especially with Dhelmise's swinging chain ability, we can just knock things and possibly trap something and then start KOing threats on the bench instead of having them active and attacking. For a little bit of disruption and also more draw, we're playing a combination of 2 Marnie as well as 1 Judge. Judge allows us to beat strategies with Rotom Phone, where Mew top decks the stadium, and if we have Path out, we don't want Mew to bump it, so we can just Path then Judge, basically taking out that option of the stadium. It doesn't always work, but could work in that situation, making it a little bit harder for them to get out of that situation. So then we also have Marnie. Again, it's just a little bit of disruption plus draw, and it works well with Bibarel because we can reduce our hand size and then draw into Marnie, and then we can just play down our hand and then draw more cards with our Bibarel. So it doesn't affect us too much because we have that Bibarel. On top of that, we're playing 2 Research just to have that aggressive draw early game, and anytime we may need just to get a fresh hand of 7. Sometimes research over Marnie is a little bit better in certain situations, so we play 2 of those. We're also playing 1 Raihan, just so we can, it's really good just to have an acceleration after something gets KO'd, plus a search card, so Raihan could be good in those situations. And then we also have Rose. Rose is really good because, again, we're playing a VMAX Pokemon, so being able to attach 2 basic energies from our discard to our VMAX could be very good. And as I stated before, Rose plays very well with Hyper Potion, and because we have the Babaro Industrious Incisors ability, we don't worry about discarding our hand with Rose because we could always just refresh it with Industrious Incisors in the same turn. So not bad at all. Onto our tool cards, we're just playing 1 Air Balloon, 1 Big Charm, and 1 Choice Belt, just to give us options. Air Balloon gives us a free retreat, can be used on the Dhelmise V if we started to get back into our Arceus V. A lot of our Pokemon have 2 or less retreat costs, except for Dhelmise VMAX. So 1 Air Balloon could be good for just having a pivot and stuff like that. Big Charm, great in the Malamar matchup, specifically for Arceus VSTAR, making them need 1 more card to get the knockout on Arceus VSTAR. Then we also have Choice Belt. Choice Belt can fix some math numbers in certain situations, like it can with Arceus VSTAR. If you do the Choice Belt on Arceus VSTAR with powerful energy, we can knock out other Arceus Vs that haven't evolved yet, so that could work out in there. And in general, just doing 270 could be good with Dhelmise VMAX as well. And onto our energy counts, we're playing 4 Double Turbo Energies, again just to quickly get attacking with Arceus VSTAR, and even after that we can use those with Hyper Potions to heal damage from our Dhelmise VMAX. We can just basically attach a Double Turbo, Hyper Potion, and then Dhelmise VMAX gets healed effectively for free. We also play 1 powerful colorless energy. The 20 more damage basically nullifies the Double Turbo energy, and with a Choice Belt we can knock out, as stated before, other Arceus Vs that haven't evolved into the V-Star yet. And then we're just playing 1 fighting energy to be able to use with Galarian Zapdos V, as well as 7 fighting energy, 7 grass energies to round out the deck, just to be able to hit with Dhelmise VMAX as hard as we can with Swing and Chain and Max Anchor. So that is the deck profile. I'm gonna go over my matchups in the tournament now. So round 1, I played against Arceus and Teleon. That matchup seems I feel like it can go either way, depending if they're playing Manaphy and the Dunsparce. The Dunsparce makes it hard for Zapdos to come into play, and we ended up tying just because both of our decks want to tank. Like, I tank with Hyper Potion and a VMAX, while they're tanking with a lot of Charon's Care and stuff like that. So I think that can go either way. I could easily go ahead and start Swinging Chain their Sobbles, but it's still rough because they can get a lot of Sobbles out and still have a consistency engine going. Path doesn't really stop that deck for that reason, because of Sobbles. But I think it can go either way, just because we both have we can tank very well, both of us. And round 2 and 3, I played the same 60. I believe it was an Arceus Birds deck. That matchup seems fairly good, just because Dhelmise can swing a lot of the 2-prizers very easily into Max Anchor and just take knockouts. Then we can also play the Zapdos V to knock out the Arceus V-Star. And then Arceus V-Star just allows us to kind of, since they play a lot of abilities with the birds, like Moltres V, you got Galarian Zapdos V, we can just path them, and kind of, they struggle to set up. They do play a lot of Sobbles, but they like, Dhelmise can just come in and snipe if they don't set up correctly. We can just start sniping the Sobbles out, and basically make them not be able to play the game. So I think that one went very well. I won both of those rounds. And in round 4, I played against Malamar, and that's where Collapse Stadium and Avery really like won me the game there. Playing Avery and Collapse Stadium at the right times in that matchup can kill the deck fairly quickly. So basically in our round 1 match, it was a best of 3. In round 1, I just kind of just kept sniping their Sabos, and they couldn't ever really get a KO going. I think they only got a KO on a Bidoof ever. And then throughout the game, I just kind of Averied and Collapse Stadium. I denied prizes with Collapse Stadium, and then just won from there. And then in the second game, he just kind of bricked. I donked him. He had a lone Inkay going second, so there's nothing he can do there. Then round 5, I ID'd just because I was guaranteed top 4. We only had enough for top 4, so we ID'd, but it was against Suicune, and against Suicune, I just kind of snipe their Lotads. If they're not playing Manaphy, I can just kind of snipe their Lotads in general and win from there. And eventually just take a KO on a Suicune as the last prize. So that's not a tough matchup. It's a matchup I know. So I think I had a good matchup there. We just ID'd to guarantee top 4. But yeah, that's it. Let's get into some gameplay with the video, since I know last time I made a video, people wanted gameplay. So let's get straight into some gameplay. Cool. Okay, cool. Nice. We got a way to get a basic down. We got several ways, so that's good. Done. Got it. Okay, cool. Got the turbo down. Nice. Okay, cool. So we got the Ultra Ball. So I think what we'll do is we'll go Quick Ball. I think we can dump an Ultra Ball away. No, let's dump an Evo Essence. Then we have one in Indicious Incisors. So I think we'll grab the Bidoof. Grab Bidoof, we'll attach double turbo. We could Ultra Ball away these to get the Dhelmise. That's probably the safer play. And then yeah. Let's dump these out, and then we can grab Dhelmise just to have it as a safer play. Then we can go Marnie. Nice, and we have the Choice Belt, we have Luminion in hand as well. And I think at this point we just go Trinity Charge. Grab 3 of those. And go here. 1, 2. I think we can go up here. Could go here or it could go up there. I think we go up here. Okay, interesting. Done for the evolution incense. Actually, I shouldn't have, now that I think about it, shouldn't have gone on there because I can just get a Choice Belt, I believe. No, Choice Belt doesn't kill us, it's fine. And we have Collapse, which is good. Let's see what they grab here. They're grabbing another Arceus, which is fine. They got the path, but I do have the Collapse, which is fine. 180 damage. Okay. So now what I could do is I could get a boss play up on this and take out a knockout. And I drew into the Arceus VSTAR, which is good. So I think what I'll do is I'll go Arceus VSTAR. We kind of have to play the Collapse Stadium, unfortunately. Then we can go Star Birth, grab the Dhelmise. Yeah, I think we grab Dhelmise. Yeah, we need Dhelmise, Grass Energy. Or actually, even the Powerful Colorless Energy is fine here. Right? Yeah, let's go there. And then what we could do is evolve. Attach the Powerful Colorless, go Ultra Ball, dump this and this. We'll grab the barrel, evolve. We'll retreat, boom. Then what we can do is we can just boss up this Arceus here, and then go Industrious Incisors for a fresh hand. And then we could quick ball for the Zapdos, but not right now. I don't want to reveal that I have Zapdos, so we'll just go Max Anchor, take the KO on the Arceus V, and go boom. Nice, we got the Marnie and the Evo Essence. So let's see what they can do. Gotta go Shady Dealings. At this point, they're probably going to try and find a way to get another they're probably going to try and find a way to get another Arceus down. And I think this turn what I'll do is I'll dump the path. Okay, they're going to try and knock out my Arceus VSTAR, which is fine. And I think for this turn what I'll do is I'll quick ball away the path, attach double turbo to another Arceus, and then go from there. That is okay with me. That's fine, because you're not attacking my Dhelmise, so I am okay with that. Okay. So now we just go promote the Dhelmise. And we got a Raihan, which is interesting, right? Because now we could take the KO with Zapdos, right? Do we have any? Yeah, we do have basic grass energy. But do we want to? Do we want to take the KO right now with Zapdos? Right, because we do still have we do still have Rose, so we can always power up the Dhelmise with the Rose, right? Or even with another. Yeah, I think we go for it. I think we go for the Zapdos play this turn. Go here. Actually, we don't even need to. We can go Raihan. Grab a switch. Actually, I don't think we get to play this turn. No, yeah, we need to grab another Arceus. So we'll bench that. We attach. Yeah, I needed to dump the fighting energy and go double turbo. So that was a misplay on my end there. Yeah, that I should have dumped this Raihan and then double turbo, then that would have given us the KO. So I just missequenced there. So we can just go double turbo here. We can burn that incense just to draw an additional card. Then we have Ultra Ball. I think our only play right now is just swinging chain the Sobble, because I misplayed that. Yeah, quick ball. That Raihan would have given us the KO. But it's fine, we might be able to still get the KO next turn. Especially with boss. Okay, so they're getting capture. Are they going to be able to get a path down? Interesting that they got another Arceus V down. That just makes our Zapdos play a little bit stronger. Okay. So they're probably gonna path this here, which is probably why they were scared to get another Arceus down. But I think what we can do here, oh, they're getting Melanie. Okay. I think what we could do here is boss up this one of these Arceuses and max anchor. And then from there we can possibly just checkmate them into like a into taking like swinging chain knockout, especially after this. Now that you just scooped that up, we know we just need one more energy to knock out a one prizer, because they're gonna have at least a Sobble and a Drizzle next turn, unless they don't place it down, which they might not. Yeah, they're not gonna place it down, which is smart. Smart, I agree with that play. Okay. So I think we'll evolve here. I'm not going to touch fighting energy yet because I want to be able to have the option of either of these to attack, right? Because I can just, what I want to do right now is just go swinging chain the Drizzle, but it actually doesn't take the KO. So I think we need to boss this up and go max anchor here. Yeah, max anchor. I misplayed completely. This should have been game already. So we'll max anchor that just to give him a harder time to be able to knock out my Zapdos, basically. Fan of Waves. Okay, they're gonna Fan of Waves the double turbo. Okay. So that makes it so that I can't attack with Arceus next turn or even charge up my Zapdos. I'm telling you, they're probably gonna I'm wondering what I misplayed here. Definitely the Raihan combo was a bad misplay there. Yeah, we shouldn't have even gotten this far. Like, I should have won already. Okay, choice belt Raihan. They're gonna choice belt that, bringing that back up to 210. Are they gonna boss? No, they're gonna Raihan. Up to that, yeah. Interesting. Okay, Trinity Nova, take the knockout there. So 210. 3. So my question is, I think I go into the Arceus. I just attached a fighting energy. Bench this. And I think I just Marnie, hoping that they don't get anything. But I'm not 100% sure, right? How many switch outs do I have? I still have air balloon and switch, so I think I just Marnie here. Hopefully they don't get anything they need. And just pray, right? And get the rose, which is annoying. Because I need to switch out, not that. I do still have a rose out, so I can go here. And then industrial synthesizers. Yeah, okay. Boss, yeah, and then they just win. And they just boss this out. But of course, I Marnie them into the boss. I probably should have judged, but it is what it is. My misplay was right on that play. Go first. Say hello. Okay, cool. So we go Arceus VSTAR. Not the best hand. Okay, but we got the double turbo. We're playing against Inkay, Malamar. So we can just go attach double turbo. We have the Evo Essence, which is good. So we just go Evo, we just go double turbo and pass, right? We don't need path in this matchup, so we can just throw away the path. And then what we could do is go Evo Essence, grab the Arceus VSTAR for, I guess, double quick ball. Actually no, I think we go attach grass, Evo Essence. We'll grab that. Trinity Nova. And then I think what we'll do is we'll go Star Birth. My question is, do I want to grab Big Charm here? Do we want to go for the Big Charm? I don't think we go for the Big Charm. I think we go double quick ball, or we go quick ball. We go quick ball Avery. I think quick ball Avery could be good for the supporter this turn. Then we go quick ball, dump away that. We grab a Dhelmise. And then I think we'll just go Avery. And we draw into the big charm. Awesome. And we also have another quick ball that we just draw into, so that could be good as well. Nice. So we go big charm. We go quick ball. The path away. So we don't need path in this matchup. We only have one. Okay, cool. So I think we just grab the Bidoof. Let's just grab the Bidoof. We'll bench the Bidoof. Maybe the Bidoof wasn't the best idea. Maybe the best idea was grabbing Lumineon or holding a quick ball for Lumineon. But I guess we'll just go Trinity Nova. Take the KO. Make it really hard for them to take a KO on us next turn. Because they only have one Sobble, they only have one Remoraid and an Inkay. So we'll take our prize, Air Balloon. Evolution Incense, okay. Grabbing the Octillery, interesting. So they probably have a supporter in hand. Level Ball, okay. They have a way of getting a supporter. Interesting, they're playing a Bidoof in Malamar. That is very interesting. Rapid Strike Search. Getting another Remoraid, okay. Fall Crystal. Are they gonna get the KO here? Wow, that's be crazy if they, yeah, they got it. Oof. Malamar, Malamar, Malamar. This is gonna be rough if we can't find a VMAX. We'll go into the Bidoof. Nice, we got the Evo. We're gonna go Evolution Incense, grab the Dhelmise. Gonna evolve. And I think we're gonna go here. And I think we're gonna boss up the Bidoof to trap it. So he can't attack, right? And then I think we'll go Pow Pad for both the boss and the Avery. And then I think we just swing chain the Sobble. Take away their consistency so they're able to draw. They took a big KO, but they overcommitted. And now they're trapped, right? So now all I need is they give us the win. Let's go.